Hello, scholars. Welcome back. This is week 5 of CJS 350 Emergency Management. Let's start now and take a look at what we have as we move into week 5. I hope all of you had a successful week 4 as we're starting to put the pieces together and inch our way towards the halfway point of this course. In the second half of this course, we are going to continue to look at the various disciplines and try to apply those disciplines to various emergencies, all in preparation for our critical assignment. So for this week, we can see that we are going to jump into Chapter 7 and Chapter 8 of our reading. There's some PowerPoint lectures that associate those, and then we have a written assignment, our critical assignment, a topic approval, and our quiz. So let's break down each one of those. To start with, we have the module objectives for this week. You can read through these, and as always, these are the thresholds, or these are the items that we expect you to understand by the end of this week. For our reading assignments, we are in Chapter 7, the Discipline of Recovery, and then we go into Chapter 8, International Disaster Management. There's also a link to an article that we are going to use for our written assignment. As we've seen in the previous weeks, there are the lectures for Chapter 7 and Chapter 8, or the PowerPoints, for Chapter 7 and Chapter 8. And as always, I think it works best if you review the PowerPoints, do the reading, and review the PowerPoints again. And anything that you see in duplicate, or if you see something that is being mentioned consecutively, that's probably something that we are going to be focusing on or going to be a key topic, so try to retain that piece of information. So let's hop right into our first written assignment. So what we have this week for our written assignment is going to be, I think the title here, or excuse me, let me jump back here to our written assignment. So for critical assignment this week, we being due on Sunday, August 1st, 75 points. And the title of this is going to be our Katrina comparison. So in that article that I provided you in the reading lecture, there's a great article on the disaster response and appointment of the recovery czar. And this is the executive branch's response to the flood of 1927. It's a good article that describes the actions that were taken by the federal government in response to this large geographic area affected by a catastrophic disaster. So this large flood of 1927. And then what we're going to do is we're going to compare that to the approach that was taken at Katrina. And now, nearly, in between Katrina, some, 180 years later, 80-ish years later, can we compare and contrast? Many people argue that after Katrina, there was a similar approach that would be taken given the long-term commitment that would be required to address the oncoming recovery needs of the Gulf Coast. Describe whether or not you would support the introduction of a system wherein recovery czars are appointed, and explain what you see as the primary pros and cons of such a system. So read through that article and see if what the approach they thought that they would use in 1927 could be used with something similar to the recovery of Katrina, or even something that could be used as an approach for our COVID response and recovery plan, and even just the hypothetical emergencies that we will be responding to in the future. So once again, we have our normal due date, Sunday, 11:59. 75 points, and how that 75 is broke down: written style and completeness of answer, minimum of 3 pages of content. Remember, I need 3 pages of content, and not including your tiled page and your reference page. And then responses exhibit college level writing skills through correct grammar and spelling, 25 additional. So there you go. There is your written assignment. Our next assignment is going to be our critical assignment approval. So hopefully through the first 4 weeks of this class, you've been able to research or to learn about some emergencies, and all that's been in preparation for us to potentially come up with a good topic for our critical assignment. So due Sunday, 11:59, that's going to be August 1st, 25-point possible. For the critical assignment, you are asked to research and complete a 5 to 7 page critically evaluated research paper of an emergency management / disaster topic that has occurred in the United States. Please list your topic and provide a detailed explanation of the event. For this assignment, you are asked to just provide a description of the event for approval. If you're a critical assignment, in your critical assignment, and we will expand upon the emergency management application. Um, Critical assignment topic approval criteria, content and description of the topic, minimum of 1 page, 15 points, college level writing, 10 additional points. So when we're thinking of our critical assignment, you're going to need to take a disaster that you can evaluate for your critical assignment. So try to choose one that you have some interest in. This is going to be a critical assignment that you're going to put a little bit of work in. So if it's something that maybe relates to your job field or something that you can readily find information on, always better. If it's something that has to have occurred here in the U.S., and that we will be able to apply some of the dimensions of response, recovery, mitigation, those pillars, those disciplines of emergency management that we have learned throughout this course. So to kind of use some forward thinking and think of, can I apply this type of logic to my topic? And if so, you have a great topic. And just explain that to me. Remember, we're not answering, you're not given a description, just a slight breakdown of the content and the description of your topic. So there we go. We know our due dates, we know our points possible. That is our second deliverable this week. Our third deliverable this week will be another quiz. As you probably already figured out, the quizzes mimic the reading assignments. It's so that we can show retention. So we do the reading, take your quizzes, and because to me, the reason that we take quizzes is to ensure that we are retaining the information. That's why I put the point scales that are associated with it, or I give you the ability to retake it. Because if you do miss something, I want you to be able to identify it and do it again so you get that correct and you can retain that appropriate and the correct information. So there you have it. That is week 5 of CJS 350 Emergency Management. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, anything with this course, please reach out. Let's stay diligent. I know that some of these middle weeks of these courses we can tend to slack off a little bit, but remember the end is in sight. Let's stay diligent. Let's stay aggressive with getting this work accomplished early in our week, and let's get through this course. If you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers as we move forward this week. Stay safe, healthy, and I look forward to reading through your work. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.